The most conflicting team in the Western Conference to me is the Houston Rockets. They have some aspects of their team where they rank among the highest in the league, and they have some other aspects where, if I'm ranking playoff teams, they're probably towards the bottom. I think the two clear biggest strengths for this team are rebounding and defense. They're the best offensive rebounding team in the NBA, and that allows them to take the most shots in the NBA, which is very crucial for a team that is not that great in the half court offensively. And defensively, you have two incredibly versatile guys in Amen Thompson and Tari Eason. Amen being a terror on the basketball, Tari Eason more of a help and off-ball defender, but can certainly hold his own in isolation. And you have Şengün, who's actually been a pretty decent rim protector given his expectations going into the year. Not to mention Dillon Brooks, Fred VanVleet, Jabari Smith Jr., Steven Adams on the glass, and maybe the best defensive head coach in the league in Ime Udoka. So I expect the Rockets to give even the highest level of perimeter shot creators and playmakers a really hard time in a postseason setting, getting efficient shots, getting to the basket. And I think they'll have to do this because of one of their biggest weaknesses, which is their half-court offense. I think in order to have a good to great half-court offense, especially in the playoffs, there can't be any uncertainty as to who is actually your best offensive player. Because sometimes it looks like Alperen Şengün, other times it's Jalen Green, other times it's Amen Thompson. But they haven't really solidified who is going to be their go-to guy in the closing moments of a game to either create for himself or for others. And I think a way that teams can overcome not having a set-in-stone offensive number one is by shooting the three ball well, and they don't really do that either. They're bottom 10 in the league in both volume and efficiency from three. So I just don't see it getting any easier for Houston to generate high-level offense, especially against probably a good playoff defense, depending on who they match up with. I do think the idea that Houston's offensive rebounding won't be as impactful in the playoffs due to it being a more intense environment for both teams is a little overblown. I think that is just a legitimate strength of theirs that they will be able to exploit even in a playoff setting with lineups with Alperen Şengün and Steven Adams and Amen Thompson contributing heavily to that as well. And if you want to be extra optimistic, you could make the case that one of Thompson, Green, or Şengün can actually take that leap to be an offensive number one and lead a half-decent playoff offense instead of an offense that many would project to be bad. Overall, I think the Rockets are too feisty and too well coached for me to completely rule them out of any playoff series. And that, plus the fact that they'll have home court in a first round and potential second round series, plus maybe any potential breaks that they get throughout the playoffs, could end up leading to a sneaky conference finals run.